Hello, and welcome to Something's Brewing at the Chamber. My name is Jessica Lindergallo, and I'm the President and CEO of the Aurora Regional Chamber of Commerce. And I'm also your host for today's show. Something's Brewing at the Chamber is a pretty new program for us. It was created to keep you up to date on all things happening, events, offerings, and news around you at the Chamber and in the Aurora region. This is the show where we keep you up to date on what's brewing at the Chamber and in the community. Grab a cup of whatever's brewing near you, and let's get started. So we have been anxiously awaiting today's episode because we are here to talk to you about our newly launched website. We've pulled back the curtain, and today we're going to go on a walkthrough tour. And then later this episode, we'll be joined by Jesse Erickson, COO with Pathfinder, who led the development on the gorgeous site we're about to show you. Joining me first today to explore our new website is Colleen Doyle, our Director of Member Engagement. Colleen, welcome to the broadcast.
Hello, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here, especially for this topic. It's been definitely a passion project for me.
So say this is your baby, so no better person to join today. Yeah. Well, as we get started, I want to start before we dive fully into the website tour here. And I want to talk a little bit about the why behind our website, because new looks are always fun, right? Everybody loves a new haircut, new outfit, new website. New looks are always fun, but for us, it was about so much more than that. So let's talk a little bit about that. This was really about our members.
Yeah, it really was. To be perfectly honest, our old website, it had a purpose at a certain time. That time had long passed, and the tools and resources that our members need and expected, honestly, were not available on the old site, and we needed to develop a website, find a partner and develop a website that would give all of our members the tools they needed to help their business, especially in the year that we just had.
Absolutely. That was exactly what I was just going to say too. This website was on the table before COVID happened, but like so many things in the business world, it just sped up, escalated the things all of us already knew we needed to work on, right? So that website, pandemic hit, and it was like, oh my gosh, we needed better tools for our members before, but now we really need better tools for our members.
I mean, and we'll be introducing Jesse from Pathfinder in a minute, but God bless them, because we wanted this website as fast as we possibly could, and they were so great to work with because with the pandemic, knowing that we couldn't get the resources out, and we used microsites to be able to get content out kind of as an in-between, a bridge, with our COVID site that we created temporarily. So it was a great partner and a great website, and I'm so excited to have it and to be able to showcase it today.
Perfect. Well, I think that's a perfect segue. Let's go ahead and put this website up. So as Colleen is pulling up the website, so we've said already that this was really about you guys, our members, about the business community. And as we go through it, we really want to show you what we mean by that. Because there's so many great tools on this site that are really for you to showcase your business, to access your membership benefits. And we want you to know how to get to all of that. So let's go ahead and start. I mean, first of all, I feel like we needed a drum roll here.
I know. So
it's beautiful.
It's just beautiful. Yeah. It's beautiful. And kudos to Pathfinder for helping bring our vision to life. But it's so clean and easy to navigate. In fact, one of the pieces of feedback that we got after we launched the site, somebody commented that they said it was everything was where they expected it to be.
Yeah.
And if that is the feedback that we get, then A+, job accomplished, mission accomplished, whatever cliche we want to use to say, we hit that mark. Because at the end of the day, we need people to navigate the site, and they have to be able to find what they're looking for. And if they can't find it, then we failed. And so home run on this one.
While we're on the homepage, I want to give another member a shout out too, because we had an amazing photographer who really helped us make it as visual as it is. So definitely want to give a shout out to Amy Nelson Photography, who's another chamber member. Really those
right here in Aurora. Yep.
Oh, so beautiful. So for anybody, we'll have to bring her on for a future Something's Brewing. Anybody that needs really great product photos, website photos, event photography. Amy is your girl. So we will have to introduce her in another Something's Brewing. Let's go ahead and Colleen, you want to kick us off and just start with that membership tab. Let's take them on a walking tour.
All right, so here we go. So our membership, first of all, and I'll just kind of run through that top navigation up here. If you're the site, like I said, feedback we got was that it was easy to navigate, and we really did think through, what areas are most beneficial and most in need by members. So we have membership, everything that you need to know from member benefits to, becoming a member, you name it, is under membership. And then we have about, media center, connections, community advocacy, and obviously contact information. And on every single page, you can also access our social media, so Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, where you can also find this video and many others. And something that we didn't have on our previous website, right there, blue button, upper right corner, log in to the Member Information Center, or MIC. It's also in the footer of every page. So you no longer have to keep a page bookmarked. You can easily just come here and click login. So so when we go to membership, though, there we go. So under membership, you are going to find everything that you need. Like I said, you're going to be able to have your benefits. If you're looking to maximize your membership and you need clarity on, and hopefully you don't need clarity, but if you do, you can always contact me. But you can go to the website and find out about what discounts are available, committees, interest groups, the health plan, if you want to schedule a ribbon cutting, e-blast, how to do that. We also have our new community currency program, and then our e-certificates of origin for those exporters and manufacturers. That's all there. You can access the member directory right here. I take care of that. Member directory, and be able to search for any member by categories, locations, keywords. You can also navigate the different categories there. You are also able to log in, although you can log in using that blue button again, the membership application, and then a brand new tool that we have not ever had, we did not have on our previous site. We do have a chamber store now. So this is where you can purchase your e-blast. This is where you can purchase, a host of different resources. If you need to take care of that anti-sexual harassment training, you can take care, you can purchase that training there and do that on demand. If you're looking to enhance your business listing in the business in the member directory, you can purchase it there. So this is always being added to, so definitely check that out. But there's a ton there that I didn't go through. So really go in and explore membership and find out what the website has available to you.
Yes, so much lives in that membership tab for those who are members or interested in becoming members. So probably the most hefty one we're going to look at today. The next tab over about, I'll be really quick with this one. So this is a great place if you're looking to learn a little bit more about the chamber. Maybe you're watching this broadcast today and you're not a member. This is a great place to go in and learn who our staff is, what our mission is. You can see our core values right on our website. And I know a lot of folks want to get connected with our board of directors. So from there, you can also meet our staff, meet our leadership, and you can click around, see their profiles as well, connect with their companies on the website. So a lot of great information if you're trying to get more familiar with your Chamber of Commerce.
All right. I'm going to take you on a little tour of our media center. Oops, we got a wrong video screen there. Sorry about that. So our media center, it is just that. It is the place to come and find out news, whether it's chamber news or member news. You can search. You can get the Something's Brewing vlog right there, not a typo, vlog, video blog, webinars. So anything news that's coming up, you can access that, reports, resources, surveys, you name it. All of this is going to be added on a regular basis. You'll also be able to find all of these resources on kind of the behind the scenes, the MIC. All of these are available to members. So some content will eventually be gated for people who are not members. So we definitely want to make sure that that member benefit is coming through. So members definitely get access to everything, whereas general public might not have immediate access to things. So that is our news. So one of the nice things about this, though, is we are pulling in content from our members. So if you are posting a news item to the MIC, it's going to show up on this website. And it'll be tracked for SEO. So you're going to get that added boost. So definitely take advantage of posting news items. And it doesn't need to be, new CEO or something like that. It can just be that you want to talk about your product, your service, your business, and you want to shout it out. So use that news option for sure.
Absolutely. So that next tab on the top there is connections. And one of the top reasons that people join the chamber is to get connected, whether that's with potential clients, with the community. This is a really important section for you to access. So in the connections area, you're able to see our upcoming events. You're able to see information about our flagship events. Those are the really big events that go on throughout the year. You can also view information about our committees, our task forces, some of our interest groups that you may want to join. And here you can get connected and get signed up with all of those different ways to connect with the chamber.
This, I will tell you, this is one of my favorite pages. I just love this page.
It's so
yeah, no, I just love it. It's beautiful. Everything is there. Pathfinder, they were so great to work with us to get this to the page that I didn't even believe that it could get there, and they just
in our mind.
They were able to create. It was amazing. So I love this page. So I'm going to quickly jump to community here. Community, this is all about the community, so appropriately named. So this is where all of the information that you are entering in the MIC, your news, your hot jobs, anything about your business is going to show up here. And this is where anybody in the community comes to search it. They have access to all of this information. So they're able to search those jobs. They're able to submit requests for proposals, and you will get that information. We can tag you based on your business categories, and you'll get those proposals. So this is the megaphone that amplifies your message out to the community. So again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but definitely take advantage of posting things to the MIC because they're going to show up here. And if you've seen any of our other videos that you can find on YouTube or in the MIC, you will also know that we have a multitude of different resources and different ways to further push out all those posts. So definitely take advantage of that.
And that YouTube link is right there in the header.
Right here, there we go.
You can grab it and go on over. So definitely, if you're thinking to yourself, how do I get my information there? Go visit our YouTube page. We've got some great how-to videos on how to update your member profile, how to get information out on the site. So some great info there. All right, so the last tab we're going to look at today before we bring in Pathfinder, who we've mentioned so many times already, is our advocacy tab. So a huge part of who we are as a chamber is advocating on behalf of the business community. You see it right there. As a member, we are speaking together with the power of 600 voices. So here you can download the legislative agenda. You can see upcoming advocacy events. You can subscribe to our legislative alerts to learn more about what's going on in your community, at the state house, and even on the national level. Throughout the pandemic, we've been sending out information about changes in mitigation, about loans, funds, new laws that have come out that have affected labor. There's really some great information that you can find via that advocacy tab, and it's updated, as Colleen has said, with several others throughout the year. So it's constantly keeping you up to date on what's going on. So definitely use that tab.
Yeah,
so
if I was going to say, Jessica, there's one thing that you've heard me say a million times is when a website is launched, it is nowhere near done. It is just the start. So we will always be adding, and it's the content that we're adding and the content that you're adding. And so this is definitely a living, breathing resource for you and for us. So
awesome. Well, with that, now that you've seen this site, we're going to go ahead, and I'm really excited to welcome our guest today for Something's Brewing. In addition to Colleen, welcome Jesse Erickson, our COO from Pathfinder. Jesse, welcome to Something's Brewing at the Chamber. So excited to have you with us.
Our hero.
I don't know if I'd call it that, but thank you for having me.
That's awesome. No, I'm glad you could join us. And I want to give a plug to Pathfinder is a premier member for the Chamber. So really excited that we were able to work with a member on this project. But Jesse, why don't you kick us off and tell everybody watching, if you would introduce yourself and tell them a little bit more about Pathfinder.
Sure. So I'm Jesse Erickson. I own Pathfinder with one other owner, Brian Prairie. We've been both in business for several years, but this year we have combined forces and created Pathfinder, which is a full service marketing agency. Brought all of our skill sets together, which has really helped us start to create really powerful marketing packages for our clients. So, as many of you know, it's no longer just about having a social media presence or an email marketing list or a website. It's about that whole package together and really ensuring that you're reaching your potential customers or clients on multiple levels. And if you don't do that, you're probably not reaching them enough.
Well, so Jesse, that's actually a great question. Is obviously we know you from a web development standpoint, and even hosting. But what are the services? What other services does Pathfinder offer?
Sure. So website design development, we can host sites and all that kind of good stuff. But we also try to, build our websites to adhere to best marketing practices as well. We really love when we get to help our clients with their social media marketing on multiple different platforms, helping them build their email lists, which is really the one base marketing platform they can actually own. We also do videography, graphic design, some photography when needed, and just kind of bringing all of those together under a unique marketing strategy that we work on with our clients, so that it's not just throwing content up, but really planning, okay, what content do we want to portray to potential customers, and how do we want to portray that content on the different platforms, because they all do work differently, and you're probably reaching some different bases as well. So we like to bring that all into one good strategy that we work on with our clients, so we're giving them the best service possible.
Well, and I think that's something that resonated with us, that you weren't a vendor, you were definitely a partner of ours throughout the entire process. Even as we were, looking at different web developers and who we should go with, and so we really appreciated that, and the guidance, and did you know you need to do this or you should do this, and recommendations for different page design and use and best practices. So it was really helpful. What would you say, if you had like a number one tip or that businesses should do, or when they're looking to redesign their website?
Yeah, so I mean that's a real loaded question
there.
I think it all comes down at the end of the day to really thinking before you do. So if any of you are starting this process with another developer internally or what have you, really thinking before you start building, who are we trying to reach and how would we reach those target people? Because depending on who your customers are, but depending on the product or service you're offering, and so on and so forth, that website's going to look different. The things that are going to be highlighted are different. And if you just kind of I've seen people just try to throw, everything on the site, just lots of pages, throw everything on the homepage, that kind of thing. And it just doesn't work. Consumers are getting smarter and smarter. They're doing research. And they're also impatient. So if they get to your site and it's a gobbled mess and they don't understand what you do within the first few seconds, they're probably going to leave the site altogether. Well, so really paying attention to that and building with that in mind.
Well, and I think that's what resonated about that feedback that we got, that somebody said they went and what they were looking for was exactly where they thought it was. And I was like, whew, thank goodness. I think at one point we were advised, and I think it was the best advice we got from you, to not design the structure of the website around the org structure of the company. That's fine. That's an internal view, and you need to think about the audience and look externally at how they view your business. So I thought
Yep.
that was really helpful. So appreciated it.
Yeah. I mean, as business owners, we often get stuck in what we think or what we would like to think. And business owners and people who run organizations, we do think differently than the consumers we're trying to reach. And you need to recognize that and adhere to what they want, not what you want sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I could not agree more. So helpful. Kind of any features, functionality that you're seeing that's necessary that people should consider, especially if you're going from an antiquated state like we were in to uber modern now.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same across the internet, just how the internet is evolving, right? People want quicker touches. They want things to be more clear and easy. They want more video. They want more bright pictures, right? So, if you think about some of the older websites or even your own, the one you used to have, you didn't have any of that. And those are the things that people are looking for. When I get to a website, I want to be drawn into big pictures or a video or something like that that's quick and easy so that I can understand things. And then I want to be able to easily find what I'm looking for. Sometimes that's to chat with somebody. Sometimes that's to just make a purchase, depending on the business or what's being offered. So it does depend a little bit on the business, but I've seen that live chat is becoming a lot more popular, especially for product businesses or quick or easier service businesses. People want to reach the person they can talk to the quickest. Video built into the site, that's something that's pretty big right now. And then this isn't as obvious to most people, obviously, because it's on the back end, but your SEO practices are changing over time. Google is changing how it's evaluating your pages, and so are the social media sites that kind of own the market. And it's not really a feature of the site per se, but really paying attention to what those new algorithms are is extremely important, because a lot of older sites just are not holding up against the new algorithm, the new calculation for how you would appear in a search engine.
Well, and I think that again was where having you as a partner was so valuable to us, because we are not the experts. We're in the business of our members' businesses. We are not in the business.
We want you to be that way.
Right. But SEO experts, we are not. And so to be able to have you make sure that the site is going to be optimized, and, then again, that content that our members are going to add with their news and their events, that'll be optimized and it's going to help them, was a win-win.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the members want, and that's what they need. So
it was so many little pieces of advice throughout the process really made things so smooth. So it was really helpful. So, I mean, I know that we worked with you closely and we know what makes you guys so different, but I mean, I'd love to hear it from you. Like, I mean, you talked about your, what you guys do, but do you feel like you have an area where you're really, really specialized?
Yeah, I mean, I think the real value of Pathfinder is found right in our kind of tagline, which is strategic storytelling. We're good at telling stories. That's what we like to do. And as everyone knows, storytelling takes some very different formats now, and the different marketing platforms that you have available to you, your website being one of them. So I think what we really specialize in is really taking all of those things into account. I'm a business strategy person. That's what I love. That's what I'm finishing my doctorate in right now. And the more I've learned about business strategy, the more I've realized, you can't do all this in a silo anymore. I think that used to be the mentality of a lot of business owners, and it worked okay before the internet or when the internet was in its infancy. But now you can't have great email campaigns without good funnels before that, from Google ads or from Facebook posts or something like that. You can't get people to your website unless there's new and interesting content, and it's kind of all working together. So what we really specialize in is taking all of those pieces into account and creating a strategy around how are we going to reach the people we want to reach on all platforms, or which platforms are going to be best, and leading them to the action that you really want them to take, which is not always obvious. One of the biggest gripes I have about a lot of websites is if I'm looking at it from my perspective, I get there and I'm like, what do they want me to do? Do they want me to call someone? Do they want me to visit in person? Do they want me to make a purchase? Do they just want me to read some content? And the other thing too is, if I get an email from somebody saying we have a new blog, great, I'll read this blog post, this piece of information. It might be great, but there's nowhere in that blog that tells me next, if you want to hear more, go to this next page or contact us here or
a dead end,
make a purchase, whatever it is. Those things aren't really well thought out with most businesses and most organizations. And I think that's where we really add value, because we can provide all those different pieces, but we always think about how are these going to be connected? How are these going to work together? And I think that's something that is pretty rare with a lot of companies like ours.
So, well, I couldn't agree more. I actually really love how you framed it up, that you're storytellers. So if you are looking to redo your website or tell your story, definitely go to Pathfinder, check them out, yourpathfinder.io. And, we highly recommend Pathfinder and Jesse. So before we kind of depart, I wanted to kind of bring it back. So you are a premier member with the Chamber. And so, we love having you as a member. We love having you as a premier member. And so, are there services, opportunities that you've found helpful or you're looking forward to tapping to be able to promote your business and do what you guys do best?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, one of the member features I haven't really looked into yet, but really want to, is the healthcare plan. That's something that I don't see very often with chambers. And I think it's also a huge value add, especially to the smaller members that always have struggles with that. But right now, before I dive into that one, I think when I look at chambers, and I think this is different for everyone, but I look at them as partners as well. They're a partner of mine. They are looking out for my best interests. They are talking to other owners and organizations that I may be able to connect with, and they can help me connect with them. When there are new laws being passed, they're usually our advocates to try to get the best deal for the small businesses, or the best legislation for small businesses. So, as great as some of the marketing features are of the Chamber, I think that some of the other things you guys do are just equally or even more important. And I think that should be recognized more.
Well, really appreciate you saying that. We totally agree. And so if you do have questions or interested in that health plan, you can go to membership under the member benefits section, and you can see information about that. So if anybody is interested in that, check it out. But there's a lot of coming together of businesses and wrapping arms around it, not just this past year, but every year. And although we have it on the website, and it's not just words, together we're 600 voices, 600 strong. The 600 members coming together, and you don't need to be a lone voice out there advocating and trying to rise above the noise. With the Chamber, you're 600 strong. So
yeah, there's no better way to connect with other people than through a chamber. I really believe that.
Well, I really appreciate you sharing, especially at the end there. And it's so great to hear so much about your business, Jesse. And I just need to say to everybody watching, I didn't pay him to say that. I promise. Because well said, I could not have said.
I will say, I saw her off camera and she was like, yay!
I cheered a little there. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being here with us live today, Jesse. We really appreciate your time.
You.
And so most important question of the day to round us out here, where can people find you?
Yeah, so I think my email address is now below there. I'm happy to answer all of those emails. But we also have our website, which is just yourpathfinder.io. That has a pretty good layout of the things that we do and some examples of that. And we're on pretty much every social site if you're interested in looking at us there. We have some good content that I think would be valuable and interesting for people to see.
Awesome. Easy to find. Well, with that, thank you so much to everybody online who joined us today live on Facebook and on YouTube. We appreciate the likes and the comments coming across. A couple of them flashed on the screen during our broadcast today. But hopefully, as you were watching, what you saw today is that there really is a lot brewing in the greater Aurora region and at the Chamber. I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to need more coffee to get through this. So hopefully your cup is still full. If not, go refill it. But really, we are so proud of the work that's going on. There's so much impactful work going on at the Chamber through our members. And our team is really energized to be working for you. And we hope that, especially in this tough time, you feel that, you see that. So we are glad that you joined us today. We can't wait to connect with you soon. Until next time, I want to say tune in next time to hear more about some of our upcoming programs and events going on at the Chamber. We've got some great info coming up as we prepare for our Economic Pulse event on February 24th. Until then, everybody, keep going, and we're excited to see what you've got going in the Aurora region.